Yeah, so I need ideas for the sub special. Don't know. So let's get into this. Obviously, vaal hazak part 2, so let's just jump right in. So Deku, he scratch what if he went back to school? He didn't. He ran away. Cause he out to kill now. Like he had to murder some bitches. So he leave. He be on a journey. Cause League Villains is actually like smarter in this one. They knew to like put their base further out. So he go on a fucking journey and shit. And like a few days into that journey, he meets a bitch named Handler. Well, I don't know her name. He just calls her Handler, and don't worry, she's gonna get what she deserves. And Deku realized that for him to get stronger, he has to hunt monsters and shit like that, you know. Because because everything else doesn't really challenge him. Only a monster can challenge him. So like, the Handler has like a shit ton of information in her book. So like, she be telling him about the shit. She like here's a bear off around here. There's a bear off around the desert. If we go there, you can find him, partner. She gonna be saying partner a lot, so like he get annoyed pretty fast of her partner bullshit. And she's quirkless also, so like he run out. They go out there. She flying on his back, and Handler Deku's not gonna be shit. Fuck that bitch. So they go out. They get to Wildspire or the fucking desert and shit. So she set up camp. He goes out and starts to track him. No, actually, he fights feral monsters. Feral wyverns. Other wyverns that gone feral. Hold on. Shit. Rest in peace, Wrath. Y'all know what I'm saying, and if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, it doesn't make something fucking, I don't know if I fucked up. I hope I didn't fuck up. And I doubt someone's gonna be like, let's hack an 11-year-old's fucking account, so. He fly there. So feral monsters, basically wyverns, and sometimes elder dragons, very rare occasion. They go feral, so they just find a habitat and they just fucking live there. So she tells them about the feral bear off. So they go there, set up camp. He go tracking. He looks for footprints. He has his sword on his back and shit. Classic Monster Hunter shit. So he finally finds him. So Barroth let out a roar and just charged, you know, slammed down his scalp on Deku. Deku just puts out one hand, grabs it, stops all the force, and just crushes it. That does a shit ton of damage. So it does the stun effect where it's drooling out of the mouth. Deku runs over, jumps, gets on top of his head, stabs the shit out of it, jumps to its tail, stabs the ever-living shit out of it, gets that shit off. And that knocks him over, so Deku goes for the head and chops it swiftly off. And so like, he did as fuck. So he gathered the shit from it, because his weapons aren't the strongest all the time. So he can make if he adds higher level stuff to his armor and shit, like, no, he collects a skill to put on a necklace, because he's like, he'd be like, I'm gonna collect all the fucking shit I can, that'll be cool. He takes the head, puts it on a mountain or some shit. I'm just joking, right? So he go back to Handler and says, I did it. So she like, already? Well, let's see. There's a Diablos here as well. Do you want to take that guy on, partner? And he be like, yeah, sure. Do you know where he is? And she like, alright. You know where the giant fucking crater is, basically? And there's a bunch of fucking birds around there. If you hit the birds, they'll let out a scream. If they scream enough, he'll pop out the fucking ground. So he like, okay, I'll go. So he go over there. since he has a slinger. No, he made a slinger with the barrel off shit. Because he didn't have one. What? Hold on. No, he just picks up some rocks and throws it at him. Or some shit. Or he has like a slinger or vaal hazak already, so he just like fires it at him like boom, boom. They loud fucking loud ass screams. They're like, damn. What the fuck? So this big ass fucking motherfucking wyvern ass bitch. Feral monsters are stronger than regular ass monsters. But Deku can still like beat the shit out of them without fucking like transforming and shit. He only transformed in the ring because it was necessary and they were smart. So he had to move unpredictably to fight the smart one. So like, yeah, you know that shit. So Diablo's fucking digs underground. No, Deku falls into the pit. So Diablo's come out of the sand like the normal intro, and he be like, clever girl. Because his favorite movie is like Jurassic Park or some shit. So Diablo's dig underground. Deku gets fucking rammed up into the sky. But since Diablo's is fucking stupid, I don't know why we can't do this in the game. It will be fucking badass. If like they could have made it so like if you time it correctly, you can do a plunging attack and mount Diablos whenever he like sends you up in there. So Deku be doing that, you know. He grab onto like the horn or some shit, and he be like, I'm gonna fucking cut off your horns and make a necklace. So he starts stabbing the ever-living shit out of it. He's holding on to that motherfucker. He tries to knock him off, but he just goes to his tail. So he'd be like, I'm gonna stab the shit out of this then. So he starts stabbing it and shit. Diablo's throws him to like a wall or some shit. He hit the wall, you know. He hit the wall. So like he be hurt and shit. Like he need like he can summon potions. No. He's the handler is like, I made potions. That's the only thing that she can actually do for him. Is like, I made potions out of herbs here. So he be like, time to drink this shit the fucking handler gave to me. To be drinking it, you know. He get all fucking healed up. He like, damn, I feel better already. Diablos be charging at him. He rolls out the fucking way. No, he sort of does like the counter that the longsword can do. But since, you know what? If you're fighting an actual monster, would you do how they did in Monster Hunter World, where they don't just stab the monster and like hang on as much as they can? Or would you just like cut, dodge, cut like they did in Monster Hunter? Comment down below. That would be a fun thing. Like stab and stick, or cut and flee. Tell me. So he'd be like stabbing and sticking on him. You know that one thing, you know when Kirito did like that thing where he cut when he was going along screaming and cutting like the first boss in half from a jump. He be doing that, but with Diablos, and he's not screaming. He's just red eye, cause like the red glare. He sort of can't really get rid of it when he's in fight mode. When he's calm, it's a-okay. But when in fight mode, that shit flare up like a fire to a moth, like a moth to a I don't know where I'm going with this. Ooh, yeah, Xenomorph fight. Yeah, I haven't even fought him yet. I haven't even fought that boy yet. I'm still trying to like fucking get my Switch Axe up. And no, I don't main Switch Axe. All right. What do you guys made in Monster Hunter? I'm sorry, I keep on going. Tell me what you made in Monster Hunter down below. That'll be fun as well. So, you know, he be stabbing it. So he gets killed. So he did what he said he would, and he grabs the horns. He be dragging it back to camp, and he's like, I killed the Diablos and I got its horn. Want to make a necklace? She's like, friendship bracelets. He like, fuck it. So they be making friendship bracelets and shit, because it's been like a week. Because it took a while for him to find Diablos and shit, like, you know. Sort of have to. So, they make the friendship bracelets, and Dick was like, where should we go next? So she opened up her book, and she's like, we got the T-Zitty Yaku. And he like, what the fuck is a T-Zitty Yaku? She answered him like, it's a cool cool, but it blinds you and shit. He like, cool, alright, so where we go? She like, Coral Highlands, and he'd be like, okay. All the shit there is fucking still there. Like, all the places. Oh, even the Elder's Recess is fucking there. It's just off limits and shit. I think, yeah, it's off limits. I'm tired as fuck. Still gonna finish this video, though. So, they go. She'd be like, okay, the T-City Yaku, we're gonna need to look for that. And he's like, I found it. How did you already found it? I just went by some mushrooms and I found it. She just looked at him like, what the fuck are you waiting for? Kill it! So he'd be like, I thought I would tell you that I found it, but okay. So he just walks over and is like, Blue, come here. Calm down, Blue. I gotta, come here, I gotta trim your eyebrows. No. He doesn't say, he says, come here, Blue. He doesn't say trim his eyebrows. But then he does jump on, and then he says trim his eyebrows while he's stabbing the shit out of its head. Blue, get your... So he'd be stabbing the shit out of it. He'd be cutting him up. He moves his back and like cutting that shit up. So he gets knocked off. He's like, damn, I'm knocked off. He sees that he's limping, and he's like, Blue, come here. Let me fix your fucking leg. Blue, get your ass over here. So he runs over and just chops off his leg. So now he feels bad. So he just takes it out of his misery. Handler seen this shit and is like, pretty good. Yeah, I'm not gonna fuck with him. Ever. So he walks over and like, I had to kill Blue. She looks at him like, you could just captured him and like tamed him and shit. And he's like, you can capture these motherfuckers? Yeah, so she pulled a shock strap and shrink bombs out of her ass or somewhere. Not literally out of her ass, fucking perverts. So she like, how about this? I'll capture the next monster. And he'd be like, what's the next monster? A Rathalos. And he's like, no. She's like, why not Rathalos? He looks at her and like, I have bad things with Rathalos. I don't want to talk about it. She's like, okay, no Rathalos. How about Paluma? So he's like, what the fuck is Paluma? Furry bat. He's like, we're not capturing that. But come on. He just looked at her like, I can fly anyways. Why would... No capturing in general. Just fucking put those back where you got them. I don't even want to know. She's like, got them out of my bag. Where the fuck is your bag? You don't have bugs. She's like, you don't need to know. It's like, okay, where the fuck do I find a Paluma? And she'd be like, so basically, you know how... So basically, you go that way, and then you find these fucking trees and shit. And around there is where you find a fucking Paluma. So he go over there, kill that thing. He's like, it's a furry bat. Thank God we didn't catch her. And she's like, let you on next. He lets out a sigh and just goes out. And she's like, I wonder how long is this going to take him? Last one was 10. This one was 30, maybe 40, 50. He comes back in 45 minutes. I fucking hate butterflies now. And she's like, why do you hate butterflies? Because this motherfucker... So he being getting stronger and shit. So he goes through the Rotten Vale. I don't think there's really anything for me to say about the Rotten Vale, really. You guys know what's going on. He's going through each area, killing the motherfucker. But then the handler comes to her and like, okay, I got some crazy shit right now. And he like, what's the crazy shit? Lay it on me. So I got some crazy shit. Okay, lay it on me. So she say, so you know how you're an elder dragon? He's like, yes. You know how there are two other elder dragons? Yes. They went feral. How the fuck does that happen? She's like, Wait, no, there are three other elder dragons. She's like, they all went feral. He's like, how the fuck does that happen? And she's like, I don't know. She's like, so you want to go with a Nergigante person? She's like, did they just rearrange the Emperor? And she's like, probably. So he's like, yeah, we can go after Nergigante. He goes, he be looking for it, and he breaks down the fucking wall, and he's like, damn, you're dramatic. So he just rushes at him, jumps on him, stabs the ever living shit out of him. And it breaks off one of his arms, and he jumps off, like, ooh, you're mad, aren't you? Ooh, you're really mad. And he's like, why are your spikes black? So Nergigante jump up in the air and just rams himself into Deku. Deku hits the wall with Nergigante still ramming into him. He's like, so that's why your spikes are black. Shit. So he sort of, like, takes his sword and just, like, cuts off his other horn, because that's what was keeping him down. So he then tries to stab through his chin, like any logical person would, but fucking breaks on impact, and he's like, you gotta be shitting me. So he summons his axe. So he runs. He summons dual blades, so he runs, and then jumps, and then he does the fucking spinny move, like, daka 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 daka. Like the one that, if you go down a slope, you jump, and then you press triangle, you fucking do that shit. So he'd do that. He'd be doing that with dual blades. He gets to the tail. He stops and stabs one of the blades into the tail. So that hurt like fucking hell for Nergigante. So he takes out his fucking greatsword, promptly charges it up, and cuts the shit off of his tail. So he fire back his slinger to get back onto Nergigante, and he gets to his wings and just fucking chops one of them off. Fucking just chops it off. Fucking brutal, mate. Just fucking brutal. So he chops that shit off, and then he goes to the head and just slices it off, and shit, so like, yeah. So like, next is like Kushala Dora. So you go to the hammer, it's like, okay, who's next? Well, we got Teostra next, and what the fuck does Teostra do? Fire. What does he look like? Lion. And he's another dragon because 2 wings, 4 legs, tail. We have a very loose term for dragon. That's a griffin. She's like, technically not. So he go Teostra. He sees him being like all fucking douchey and shit. Wait a minute. Didn't we just fight like Kushala, Dora, and all the other elder dragons because they went to the Elder's Recess? And they were disturbing shit? Vaal Hazak wasn't disturbing nobody. He stayed at the Rotten Vale. I think, was it wrong for him to be there? Was it not his habitat? Because it seems like a pretty good habitat for him. Like, come on, guys. We were just being a dick to him. Everybody else, yeah, but him just being a dick. See, look, so Teostra looks all prideful, and Deku just be like, really, man? Really gotta do that? Really gotta be all cool and stuff? So, I don't really want to get into detail with Teostra fight, so he just kills him. Kushala Dora, so Deku arrives at the fucking place at Kushala. He do his little intro and shit, and be like, damn, you more flashy than Nergigante. And he busts through a wall.
So he just takes out a hammer and just bonks the shit out of him. Meanwhile, the League of Villains, they're making a baby monster, which is the final boss. So they be making a baby, so like they doing that shit. Aizawa looking for her son. Jiro be looking for her friend. Her friend. Class 1A be looking for them. Mona must being an asshole. All Might's telling us, oh, that's it. It's okay. The number one hero would do it, and she's like, why the fuck haven't you done it, All Might? So All Might be like, you're fucking right. I'm sorry. I'll leave you the hell alone. So the handler handler tells him that Deku that he killed all the monsters, every single one of them. There's no monster for you to kill. Twice. Oh, he killed every feral monster. Let's say there were like 3, 2, 4, 5 of each feral monster, except for the Elder Dragons, of course. That he killed, and she's like, you killed every one of them. He's like, oh, well shit. Well, I can fly you home. She's like, can I just take me to UA? So he's like, yeah, sure. I'ma say that Deku is the size of the full-grown Xeno at this point. So he transformed, handler get on him. So let's do that. UA was doing the USJ part again. So Shigaraki this time, he set out fucking Mothra and shit, like Xeno Jiva. I think that's the name of the baby. So he sends him out instead of fucking Anomu. So he would like kill them all, especially All Might. So that all fucking roar and he be charging. And before he can get to the class, Deku fucking shatters through the fucking glass, like, and shit. So they just see fucking big ass vaal hazak with this girl on it, and she's like, I'm just gonna get behind the heroes. Is that okay with you? Yeah, it's fine. Get the fuck off me. Fucking handler. Wow, that's rude to the person that's been fucking feeding you. Your cooking sucks, bitch. The cats cook better than you. Cause they got a fucking cat. No, the handler has a fucking cat. A palico. So the palico cooks sometimes, and he's fucking better. So there's this big ass fucking turf war and shit. You know, yeah, it'd be Deku, of course, wins. You guys really want me to explain this? Wow, okay, sure, fine. So they charge at each other and shit. They get on their hind legs and try to like knock each other down. So it's a fucking struggle. Deku knocks him down first and blasts his fucking acid shit at him. It's not very effective, so Deku take his tail. I'm doing modifications to Vaal Hazak, so he has a spiky fucking sharp ass tail. So he slams it into Vaal Hazak, to the fucking Xenojiva's fucking legs, I guess. So that impales its fucking like walking. Still fucking topples Deku over and blasts its neon fucking heat at it. Deku barely fucking dodges. So they be scratching at each other and shit. So like, yeah, you know. Deku keep on trying to like beat the shit out of it with his club tail. But it ain't working and shit, so he instead decides to slam out its wings, pick it up, fly upwards. Pick it up, fly upwards as high as you can possibly go, which is basically out
which is like fucking in the so, you know, he starts to just dive bomb down. So, like, that red shit comes around him, the fire from re-entry. Fucking boom, bitch, get out the way. Big ass fucking crater. There is a dead Xenojiva and a tiny and fucking human Deku. So he be walking out the crater towards Shigaraki, being like, it's time for revenge, bitch. So he take out his sword, and he be walking towards Shigaraki with his fucking red eye, fucking blazing and shit. So Shigaraki is scared shitless. Why wouldn't you be? So Kurogiri fucking open. So Deku about to fucking slice, but Kurogiri open a warp gate, and they leave. So that's the end of that. I'm gonna go take fucking 3 melatonins and go to fuck to bed. Good night.